but like you learn how to like be with people, and you learn how to facilitate hard conversations, and you learn how to be do community organizing by actually doing it.
Hello, everyone. Che Abram, she, her pronouns, and Chief of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging.
And hi, everybody. My name is Quin Hussey. I use they, her pronouns, and I am the Assistant Dean for Students here at Berkeley Public Health.
Fancy titles.
Fancy titles.
Fancy long public health.
My favorite part about Berkeley Public Health, I've only been here about 2 years, is the small family feel. It's a very large school, but I don't feel like it's hard to get to know people, students, and whichever. And there's this place of like genuine care about how we're doing, what's going on. People make space for you to just tell them, like, I'm having a bad day. And I really love that part.
What I love about this place is I love the people that come here. Like the people who choose to be here are unique people. They're, I often say to people like Berkeley's not for everybody, but if it's for you, you should be here, kind of thing. It's like, and you kind of feel that with the people that you meet here, and it is a small kind of. I mean, I think of us as a pretty small school, but we're like, I guess, a medium-sized school or a large school in some people's opinion. But there is that space of like, and I guess for me, it's about community. It's about building community and in creating a place that is not just a place for our students, but also a place for our staff and our faculty who feel like they're a part of something and can participate in whatever ways that they want.
I feel like when people come there's Berkeley and there's Berkeley Public Health, there is this like academic fantasy we have around the name and this mystique. And then there's the reality of what actually happens and occurs in the space. It is a very academic space. But we work really hard in our school to build in fun and time and community and wellness activities and going to visit places. Like one of the students organized, like there's a table tennis tournament coming up, just to build in these like non-academic parts.
You work your butt off while you're here. But we also have been working really hard to create what I call the squishiness between the bricks. Like the bricks are epidemiology, health policy, health and social behavior, all of those things like that you need in order to have those three letters after your name, or the PH, the P, the H, and the D, or the D, the R, the P, and H, all of those things. But you learn how to like be with people, and you learn how to facilitate hard conversations, and you learn how to do community organizing by actually doing it. Like you get to be a part of student organizing if you want. Like there's lots of opportunities to connect, not only with your fellow students, staff, and faculty within Berkeley Public Health, but we're also connected to this, like the #1 public institution in the world, like across the street. Like you can go over there and like meet all kinds of people doing really cool stuff. And I think that separates Berkeley in some ways, because we're not connected to a medical school. We're part of a letters and sciences campus, which means we have public policy and law and business, and you can actually go and like take classes in those places.
It is when we have initiatives going on, for example, our anti-racism Arc for Justice work, there's a whole student committee that students work with me. They're graduate student assistants, they're graduate student researchers who have worked and partnered with me to carry forward initiatives. There's a group who's been working on about 5 or so students who have worked on revising the breath courses to be more centered in cultural humility and different things like that. So those are some of like those big capshaws. But for example, there's a student who took on organizing the table tennis tournament because they felt like they needed that. students bring food upstairs on the 5th floor and put it out for everybody to snack on. There were students who did an initiative and have flowers out, cupcakes, different things like that one can add to the vibe of the space to do that little vibe check. But also, like, there's those critical ways in terms of student groups and organizing and working with your faculty and being out in the community organizations to really just give in those ways that feel good to your soul.
In terms of what to add, I would say show up, be here, participate. There's lots of ways to connect, but we can require you to do some things, but the truth is that we want you to be here, and we want you to be engaged, and we want you to want that. And so if there's things you want to do, if you got an idea for something, like, come and talk to. We're all about the big ideas. We'll try anything, kind of like, but thinking about how we can, make it so that this is a place that people feel like ownership of. Honestly, that they're not just like a visitor, but like this is their home for however long they want it to be. When I first started here, I was. You talked about beloved community. I was talking about community for life. Like, how do you be a part of this community for life, and what does it mean to do that? Like, not just being a student.
What vision are you hoping to create here?
I was gonna let you go first this time. I was. I'm like, I'm going first.
All right. Now I lost the question again. Tell me.